Hello, hello, hello. Hello and welcome back. Hope you're all doing well. Just double check that it's all working. Let's see. Okay, cool. I can hear myself, so that is all good. Awesome. Okay. So, hey, Go Gringo. Welcome in. How are you doing today? Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I enjoy it. And right now I have time off, so, you know, I might as well use this time to figure this out for the next video, the way I see it. But today, I'm going to continue figuring out this interior setup. Like right now we have a setup, but it's the same on every floor. And I also want to change the way the walls are generated. I think it was okay. I mean, I didn't do anything. I stayed home. I was here by myself. So it was just any other day for me. So, but I hope you had a nice Christmas. Well, let's see what we're doing. So where am I generating the random point? Here. No, I need to see body here. This is what I need to see. This, when it selects this random point, that is when it stores it. So what I need to do is this endpoint that happens to match all of this. I wanted to select this point as my random point, but I'm using the random point here and I'm using it here. So I can't generate it after if I'm using it before. Because the idea that I want to do is effectively have it generate the wall and then generate the door and then generate the wall off of it. It's something I realized yesterday is whenever you're looking at any kind of door, on one side of that wall, it's always against in a corner, right? You're not going to have a door like here, where on both sides, there's a gap on either side. That usually doesn't happen. Now, maybe in absolutely large apartment complexes or like large houses, that's a thing. But in like, at least I thought about it, like, no, I don't think I've ever actually seen that in places where I've lived. If there's a door, there's a wall next to it. Like there's a few exceptions. Like bathroom sometimes. Like so if the bathroom was like, let's say this big, right? Like maybe like one wide, but just super wide. Maybe you'll have one in the middle, so you can have a toilet on this side, sink, and then bathtub. So technically, it does exist. Well, let's see. I'm thinking of changing it though. But aside from that, I also want to figure out how to do multi-floor. So let's do first things first. Music's too distracting. Okay, let me turn it down a bit. Thanks for the feedback. There we go. That should be better. Yeah, I'm still getting the hang of the audio levels and all that. Let's see what we're doing. So right now, I want to change where I set this point. And I'm thinking of implementing a second loop for this. If I do it in a second loop, if I do all this, but in the second loop, I then take and set one of these 2.6, then I can, in the second loop, also generate. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, let's do that. Because basically what we'll do is make for a point loop, we'll use another loop. We'll use a variable loop. Yeah, let's try this. I'll get context. So from here, override variable loop body. So what we're going to do is in our point loop, right? We have this. We have the stored wall points. So, and right now what we're doing is we're getting the random, so we can do this. So we can do this earlier. So what I'm going to do is still take this. I mean, I can still do this, but let's do this like here. Right. Oh, you know what? Before I start doing all this, I'm going to undo real quick. I'm going to just real quick plug this in. Plug this back in. So right now it's back to being how it was, right? Yeah. Okay. V1. There we go. Make it backup, just in case. So now I can do whatever I want, and I'm not going to feel bad if I break it and then have to redo it. Great. Okay. So we're generating the random point. We're storing it. So now we have it. So in here, inside the variable loop, what we can do is check if these points are the same. Because if this is that same point, then I can do set members in PCG point. And we're going to set the density 2.6. But if it's not, then we just exit them out. And that means in the point loop body, we don't do this. We just set them all to be 1. I'm not going to delete it yet. I'm just going to take all of this and scooch it over. But now, yep, we still have the same result. So we still have a door. No, we're not clearing it. Hold on. It needs to be cleared. So, yeah, because I need to change. Let me uncheck this. So you can select a random point. I wanted to select a random point as long as it's not. Do I want to just put this in? this entire thing in. Let's take this entire thing. Let's take this entire thing and just do this. So that way it... Oh boy. Why? Why is it taking a while to compile? Is the while loop... While loop might be bad? Or Unreal just decide to think? Come on.
Gentle and easy pubic care you can count on. Powered by Braun and dermatologist tested.
Come on.
This trimmer features closely spaced blades that reduce skin bulging and help protect pubic skin.
Oh, there we go.
Making it tough on hair and gentle on pubic.
Yeah, so it's all gone, right?
Gillette, the best a man can get. Click or tap the banner to buy now.
Well, let's go back to our execute. So Y is... So when it does this, it stores the points. And then while the random selected point is, yeah, all of that. And it's equal to 1. Oh, I don't want to do... I don't know if I want to check if it's equal to 1. Because I think they're all... No, at that point, they shouldn't all be equal to 1. That shouldn't be the problem. Something's going on here. I need to see where the... There's clearly something that's going on. That's why it's taking a while. There's a loop that shouldn't be happening somewhere. Come on, Real. Come on. What's up? Yeah, oh, there it goes. Okay, so what's the problem here? I set the random selected point. Oh, it's because this. Right? Well, this is false. It makes it true. And it never gets out of this loop. I think that was the problem. Crap, that wasn't it. Do I know if it's possible to convert a string back into an int in PCG? I mean, you should be able to do text to int, if I recall. When you append two integers together, math nodes no longer read them because they don't accept a string type. I'm pretty sure you can convert to a either a string to integers or text to integers. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Like if I open to int. There you go, string to integers, right there. Yeah, so you can convert strings to integers. So, yeah, just let me out of curiosity. Make a little string. You know, here's a string of numbers. And now I have this as an integer. So if I did a print string and just print it out as an integer. All right, now it's going into string. I didn't fix the issue, so. I mean, you should be able to use the same nodes in PCG. The location doesn't matter. I was just doing it here because I was like, right, I'm just going to bypass the whole, my whole loading time issue. But, right, it's recalculating everything anyways. Mistakes were made. Mistakes were made. There needs to be a cancel calculation. Go back button. There needs to be emergency escape button. That's what we need in Unreal. But once this is done, I can just copy paste it into I should be able to copy paste it into PCG. All you need to do is just remove that while loop, I think, and then put it back in later. Cut it. Let's remove this while loop. For the time being. There we go. Yeah, because I can just put this in here, right? So here's the same thing. So now it's in here. So now it's inside the PCG graph. So if I compile this, now there's my number as an integer. So yeah. This is all just blueprints. So it doesn't matter that I'm putting this inside a PCG or I'm putting this inside of a blueprint. The nodes are the same. They do the same thing. Okay, so okay, here I'm gonna just take this for now.
A song that changed the world. So that was the tip.
You go in here.
And it only got crazier from there. Listen to Wind of Change.
Yeah, so now we have the one door.
Studios, Crooked Media, and Spotify.
Great. So it's picking the one door. So this is fantastic. So that is working now. So now what I needed to do is inside of the variable loop. Okay, so we're having that 1 be 0.6. So we're setting that one door. And then I need to store this point as the new random selected point. Problem is I can't store the damn point here, if I recall. It's not gonna, it doesn't want to store it to a global variable, right? Yeah, this damn, why PCG? Why can I not store global variables? It's so stupid. Hey, Mangaruku. Thank you so much. Welcome in. Okay, well, in that case, let's go with the way I have been doing it, which is a stored door point. of PCG point. Workaround time. Okay, so that gets our point. So then we have our point, our stored point, and we have that here. From here, we need to don't need to worry about that. This is all fine. Loops completed plus, yes. So here what we can do is set it back. So here we can do the set random selected point to be the stored door point. Or I don't even need to set it. I can just do this. Because then it sets itself afterwards. Right, so then it sets itself. So then the random selected point afterwards is always going to be the door point. Sometimes when you update the PCG graph, previously spawned actors' meshes don't get deleted. Oh, that's a bug with PCG. So if I was to do something with PCG, like if I, move this here and I press Control Z, see now I have duplicates. See, I have duplicates now. This is just like another bug with PCG. So even if I go in here and I scroll down to PCG and hit cleanup, I still have this garbage. So, and you see it's still all here. All you do is just select all of this, like select all of these HISMs, press delete. It gets clear, and then it gets cleared out and clean. Then you just do cleanup and regenerate. And there's your stuff. Yep. Now you're good. It's another bug with PCG. Oh yeah, simple to fix. Just select the stuff, delete it, press delete, and then you're good. Yep. One of the many bugs with PCG, but I still love it. Okay, so this is all good now. So can I then put this back the way it was? And then when it's complete, I actually wanted to do this. Instead. I'm pretty sure. Because I moved this now. If you press Control, force refresh on the main PCG graph, it will do the same thing. Control plus force refresh. There's a force refresh button? Where's the force refresh button? I'd like to know about a force refresh button. Is there a hidden button somewhere? That's force refresh? I don't know about. No, that recompiled quickly. Okay, so now...
Is the #1 place to save on groceries.
Oh, there we go. Look at that.
Free on white cauliflower.
So now,
Only $2.44 each.
whenever it's making a new wall, it generates it off of the door. That's exactly what we wanted. Right, so it made this one. It placed a door here, so then it made this one and placed a door here. So it made this one, placed a door there, and then it placed this one. Made a door here. And then yeah. So now it's doing exactly what I'd want. Okay. So in terms of doors being created, this is pretty much what I want. The only thing is, I wanted to do, I don't need anymore. Let me go back to here. I changed the amount of wall segments to like 3. Again, it's doing the whole going in the wrong direction. And PCG graph. Oh, this force region. You're talking about that? Yeah, so but that involves, right? No, see, but the force region doesn't do it. Yeah. It's regenerating it. And I'm holding control. I'm holding control during this. This doesn't do anything. I can let go of control. Press control. Let go of control. Nothing changes here. Unless I'm doing something wrong. But yeah, just press delete and then now I'm good. Right, now it's actually gone. What I want to do actually is I want to put all of this, I think, just into a function. Because that way I could just reuse this, the same function in both places. Or at least just take all of this into a function. Yeah, collapse the function. Select random wall point. So now I can just do that here. And then from here, go here. Okay, because this, yeah. It'll do this, and then when it completes it returns. Just to make sure. Just return that. That's a lot better. You scooch you over. Okay. So let's try to figure out what the hell's going on with it picking the wrong side again. Right, because again, if I did this, it doesn't fix it. I did this first, then this, which is correct, then this, which is wrong. 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 Why is this still not consistent? It's been bugging me. Also, why is that appearing? Oh, it's because I'm adding at the end here. I'm doing another. It's already added the wall, so I don't think I need to do anything here. Yeah, I don't need to do this. Pretty sure just here I can just. Yeah, I don't need that. Okay, let's now see if we can figure out why it's not picking the right side when I wanted to pick the right side. So that would be in the point loop. Here. So that is this. Okay, because if I did... Okay, if I reverse this... Yeah, that doesn't work at all. Yeah. I would need to not reverse that. I would need to reverse this if I wanted to try it differently. Y? Is that correct for Y? So maybe X maintains how I had it. Oh, that's... This, it picked this first, then this, then this. That is 100% correct. It picked this first. What is going on here? That's a problem. Then this, which is correct. Is it finally fixed? This, then this, correct? This, then this. Oh, you know what it is? I think I figured it out. I'm checking if it's less than, so if I was to debug the points, I think I figured out the problem. Oh, you. So let me go into recompile this a few times. Yeah. So here it has 1, 2. So the point it's chosen is this. So even though it's offset here, it's chosen this point. And so 1, 2, 3 to the left, or 1, 2, 3 to the right. And so it just it is assuming that it is the same, and so it prioritizes X in the negative. So X should be reversed here.
So yeah, saving is part of the holiday spirit too. Conditions apply. Learn more at freedommobile.ca.
So it prioritizes the other X.
Today only at Bosley's. Save an extra 10% on all holiday clearance. Don't miss our last Tuesday flash sale of the year. Shop your local Bosley's and bosleys.ca.
Let me see if we can get another scenario where that happens.
Welcome to the Lights Recycling Party. What's your name?
I'm a light bulb.
Welcome. And you?
No, that's not right.
Your name?
I think I need to change,
Sorry. What about
keep
you?
the way it was, but change.
You gotta be kidding. You can recycle lights and fixtures in BC that no longer work. But before you do, find what's
Keep this the
accepted
way
at
it was.
volunteer.org.
But change how it's calculating the points. Because effectively, maybe what I need to change is not here, but here. And calculate distance to edge. Because if it is equal, then it should be going to wall side, probably wall side A as a priority. If it's equal, that's reversed. So I've reversed it, right? But again, that's correct. That's correct. Correct. Not correct. Two, three. No, there should be 4 on this left side. What happens if I do this? Okay. So what's going on? So it's picking the full length. Then it has successfully calculated y. And in this case, successfully calculated x. If I do it again, it has picked this wall and has failed to do x. Why is it failing to do x in this scenario? Also, this is in the wrong location. Oh, it has tried to put a wall here. And so it has failed. So, if I go here, I got the stored wall point. I can actually take this, put it in here. Make it easier. I think I might understand. So it's taking the wall points. It's picked a random point. It has realized that the point it has chosen is not happy with. So that is correct. Mm. Well, no, actually, this should be fine, right? This should be fine because the reason this should be fine is because if it wouldn't have spawned the door there if it picked this point, right? It picked this point and spawned the door this way, so it should do the wall here. Why did it do the wall here? Because once it creates that point, it goes in here and then uses this point. I'm not clearing the stored door point, am I? Okay. Now it's working the way it should be. In terms of the doors. Okay. Yeah. Forgot to clear the stored door points. Great. So that's working now. Again, this should be in this direction. This is correct. But now this is correct. Why is it inconsistent? It was wrong before in X, now it's correct in X. Incorrect in Y, correct in Y. Ay, 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 ay. Okay. Do all this, and then it's going to do it again. Am I using this? Yes. I can move this out of here into here. Cell wall points is empty. Do a global variable. Oops. Here I can fix that. I can change this from being the local version to being the global version. So just cleaning up effectively. So that's a lot cleaner. Um. Oh, you know what it should be? It's probably this here. Not this here. Here. Now, if it's rotated, yeah, we're comparing the X's, the Y's, and the Y's and the X's. So yeah, this is all right. If it's the same point. Let's hypothetically, I need to do what if I did something weird? Let's play this. Let's play around with this. Let's control this in both scenarios, because maybe the problem is I need to do true, false, true, false. Maybe the thing is I need to change this based on orientation. So I'd want to, let's see if there's one that I'd want to change. So right now it's all correct. Correct. Incorrect on Y. So if I was to do this way, it's incorrect on X. Is it always incorrect on X? Not always. But it's definitely more often than not incorrect on X. That made no difference. Made no difference. It is just as inconsistent now as it was before. I thought I could play. Maybe playing around with that would get me different results, but nope. That wasn't the case. I'm going through every single point and comparing it against my single point.
Check weather and road conditions. Why? We're not driving far. Conditions change all the
And the random selected point has been rotated. Yeah.
I know these roads.
Already. So yeah, it gets rotated here.
And it added 2 hours to the trip.
The rotated wall gets reversed.
Next time I'll plan ahead and allow extra time for travel.
Take your own advice. Know before you go. Be prepared and drive for winter conditions. Visit shiftintonwinter.ca. Brought to you by the Winter Driving Safety Alliance.
And just for shits and giggles, if I did,
Are you struggling to navigate your financial situation?
this should make things all perpendicular, right?
For you. I'm Doretta Thompson, financial literacy leader
Yep.
and host
Okay.
of Mastering Money from
Just
Chartered
double checking.
Financial Accountants of Canada. We explore
So yeah,
topics
that's all set up correctly.
debt, preparing for retirement, and having tough financial conversations. It's
So-
everything you need to manage your finances more confidently. Tune into Mastering Money.
We're checking if they're equal because when it's 1, then X needs to be correct. If it's Y, then the other one is always this. It's basically checking if it's a line. This checks if it's a line based on the rotation, which axis you want to use. Then we also check that the rotation is the same, because we have things that are rotated 90 degrees and not 90 degrees in that line. Because if we did this, right, it's not actually spawning anything from this, so it's just checking. I guess the rotation check doesn't matter. Now that I think about it, the rotation check doesn't matter because we're just doing it to calculate the numbers. Because if it's 3 points, it could be 6 points. Because if there's 3 points and there's points, it's also doubled. So let's make this easier. Let's just remove it. If it doesn't matter, let's remove it. Let's make it easier. Okay. So then, assuming that they're on the same line, that's when I compare the stuff. So if X, so assuming that they're on the same Y line, right? I think it's greater or equal. I think this is the better solution. And yet it's not. Now see this is 3 and this is 4 technically. Even though it's actually 3 and 3. So irritating. Why? I'm not making any new points, so these should be the same points as we had before. But I wonder. This shouldn't matter, but no, it doesn't matter. So that's correct. Incorrect. Or rather, correct on the first one, incorrect on the second one. Correct on the first one, incorrect on the second one. Wait, is it always incorrect on the second one? No, that's correct. Incorrect on the second one. Hard to tell, but I think it's incorrect on the first one. Correct on the second one and the first one. What if... Yeah, this doesn't matter. Because we do have the loops completed. If the loop's completed, modulo 2. It's equal to 0. I mean, just shits and giggles. What if I just reversed it every single time? Not Boolean. So I picked this one, then this one, then that one. It picked this one, then that. That's incorrect. Incorrect. Both are correct. 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 It's still not consistent. It's like I'm trying different things, and yet the result does not change. And that's the worst part. Is I expect to see different results, but I don't get different results. It is not the definition of insanity, I swear. Doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results when you're not getting any.
Are you a student looking for a great summer position?
Yeah, that's correct.
This is a great opportunity to earn up to $15,000 this summer. There are seasonal
3, that's
opportunities.
correct.
Sell your favorite brands like Pepsi Cola, Gatorade.
It's fine. That's fine.
Go to PepsiCo.com
That's not fine.
today to learn more. PepsiCo Beverages Vancouver is looking for energetic students.
Son of a...
Set your summer plans now and join the team today at PepsiCo Jobs.
Okay, is there another way of doing this? Let's try to think of a way that's to get the same result, but in a different way. I can see. I can store the smallest and I can store the furthest point on every axis. Because right now I'm just storing the 2 sides. I can maybe store all 4 sides and see if that point is closest to something that it chose. And if that point is closer to a certain wall, then it prioritizes that direction. I don't think that's a good way of doing it, though. Let's do some math by setting this to 2. And what I want to do is print greater, print less. Right, it would do on every single one. Let's change that. At the end, let's do 2 print strings. Oh, oops. I deleted the wrong thing. Whoopsie. Delete the wrong thing here. Okay, wall A and then B. B will be a slightly different color. Okay, let's make this a legible color. Why did it... Six, 4, 10, 2. Wait. Just 5 seconds each. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5 because it matches here. It does it on the first calculation. It does it on the first loop, right? And then it does it again. But here's the thing. If the loop's completed, I don't need to do any of this. If the loop's completed is equal to wall segments. Or I guess not equal. Then do all this. Otherwise, there's no reason to do all this. Yeah, so now we're getting only that one reading once. Okay. It doesn't, like, it's fine for it to do it again. Like, it doesn't hurt us to do it again. It's just there's no reason to. So, 8 and 2. 2, 3, 4, 5. How's it getting 8 and 2 in this scenario? I got 2 here and 10 here. The 10 is B. So it should have been false. And if it was false, it should have been this. $12 on blue. That means A is greater, which means it's true. Which means for Y, this should have been true. Wait, now it's reversed again? So this is 6 and 4 somehow. 6 is greater. Well, if blue is greater, then it's true. This is for X. See, now it's doing the exact opposite.
The lights recycling party. What's your name?
I'm a light bulb.
Right, because we have
Table light. Come in.
B is greater,
I'm a
so this is
disco
false.
Sorry, you're not on the list.
ball.
And we want to do
I'm a
this.
disco ball.
Sorry. What about you?
I'm a genie lamp.
Ah,
Lights and fixtures in BC that no longer
I'm going around in circles.
find what's accepted at product.
I'm just going around in circles. God damn it. Let's see. Mm-mm-mm. Okay. I'm like 90% sure this is not the problem. Yeah, because if I do this, then... Yeah, this doesn't work at all. Yeah. See, that part works. I mean, this part is correct. Thank goodness for that. Okay, you know what? Let's put a hold on that. So I'll come back to it at another point. For now, let's see. How do I duplicate it up? Like if I want to have a unique design every floor, let's focus on that instead. If I want to have a unique design every floor. I need to basically have it go through all the loops. All of these loops. And here, this is where I would need to redo everything if... Yeah, if I need to do another floor. So... let's see. Do I need to redo everything before it as well? No, don't need to redo that. I do need to redo all this. Yes, and I need to reset the points to be 0. Okay. So what if I... uncompleted. Let's check if the... do I have... let's see. Let's delete unused point variables if I have any. Okay. Let's make a global variable that's going to be floors completed of an integer. Right? When it's done that, it's going to increment it up, and then it's going to check if floors completed is equal to the amount of floors. If it is, then we're just, exiting out. If it's not, then we need to do, let's use the point loop body. How do I want to do this? If it's not, let's make a new variable. Move floor up. It can just be a array boolean with single array index. Set array element. So I'm going to set this to be true. And then we're going to do point loop. And then in the point loop, the reason we're doing it that way is we're going to check we're going to see if it is. Do I need to set it in here? I'm not setting it in here. If I'm not setting it in here, then I don't need to move for up check. Yep. So if move floor up is true, then we're going to take the points. We're going to set members in PCG point. We're going to set the transforms to be its transforms.
Today only at
Split it.
on all holiday clearance. Don't miss our last Tuesday flash sale.
Rotation, scale, it's all the same. Location, add, split. And then wall height in Z. And then density, also we're setting the density also to 0. And then we're exiting out of here. So this is just going to reset all the points. Assuming that we're saying move the floor up, and then once it's done, it's going to set the move floor up to off. Do I need... yeah, because it's going to go in here. I want to make sure that it's off. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so once it's done this, then we can have it go all the way back to here. No. Oh, what? No, because it needs to. Right, I need to. Right, it's just moving the floors up. It's not actually. It's not actually doing it. So. Right idea, bad execution. Because I've just reset the points. I don't want to reset the points. I want to keep the points. Apparently what I need to do is store the points. I don't know if I can do that and maintain it being... I need to re-add... So I can set them. I mean, let's try it. Let's see if this will work the way I was doing it before. Just doing a... For each loop. Then add, and then at the end, complete it, and then this is going to do every single floor but the first one, if this works. Let's see if let's just see if it'll work. Not quite. So the first floor does have the walls and everything. So that's it. Just the first floor. Yeah, this is going to be a little more complicated than I thought. Hey, welcome in. WS Econt. Is that how you pronounce it? I always look at your username, but I don't know how to actually say it out loud. But welcome, welcome. How do I duplicate
These are the important dates
it up?
most people tend to remember. In the podcast Today in True Crime,
Crap.
part
Okay,
one
well let's
dives into the biggest events in true crime
go back to the single floor method
whether the crime
for
is
now.
infamous or just plain interesting. You can find the story behind it.
I really would like to have the option for multi-floor. That's the only thing.
Today in True Crime. Follow and listen now on
All
Spotify.
right. That's the only thing I would like the option for multi-floor. That isn't exactly the same each time. Right, because this gets us every single floor, but they're all the same. It's a weird username, but looks interesting. It does indeed. It does indeed. No arguments there. I really hope 5.4 comes soon and it gives us the ability to have multiple loops. That's all I ask, just to get us more loops. If I want to move it up, or rather, why did this not work? Let's just think of this. This didn't work. It set everything. It should have worked. Like, even if I don't do this, let's just hypothetically say I don't do this. I just exit out of here. The top floor should have the design. But the top floor ends in all black. Is it because, oh, it's because I'm setting it all to black by default. But my original design was having it start with all white. Not 0, 1. Nope. Nope, that wasn't it. Hey, Lister, welcome in. Do I have any content covering PCG geometry script? Oh, geometry script is not PCG. Those are two completely different things and completely unrelated. Geometry script is a different thing entirely. I don't have any videos on geometry script myself. I have dabbled with geometry script personally. But yeah, PCG is not geometry script. They're completely different things. When 5.4 comes, I hope we don't forget to update the PCG graph, like performance, or more like I said, because or the performance is the issue. Oh, using geometry script with PCG? No, I haven't. I haven't played around with it yet. Geometry script is also one of those things that's just so early in development that, yeah, I haven't done anything with it. So assuming that it normally does what? Hold on, let me see. What do I want to pipe into it? So normally I get all the points. Select a random one, figure out the wall, and then in the point loop, and then go through all of them, and then The first time I set all the points to 0. That's what I need to do. No, there's other stuff I need to do too. But yeah, geometry script is, yeah, it's entirely, I don't, like just on the top of my head, I don't even know how I would integrate geometry script. Geometry script is entirely a blueprint-based system that is like for procedural modeling, effectively. But I can't think of a way of integrating procedural modeling into PCG. I would first want to procedurally model something and then use it with PCG. And geometry script, from what I've tested, is it's not there yet at all. Like, I cannot do like high resolution nanite geometry with geometry script and have it like be in any resemblance of real time. It is just extremely unoptimized for nanite, like high res nanite. So I kind of put it on hold because of that. Well, at one point I'll go and play around with it, but yeah, that's why I haven't dabbled too much with it. So loops completed gets cleared out. Why? Well, let's go back to the point loop here. Right, so it is doing the loop. So it's moving all the points up. It is correct. Oh, let me change the number of floors to 2. What I want to see is if I go to my execute with context. What was that? So it is only doing it once. What? That's interesting. Okay, well, I think for the time being, we won't have unique floors every time. I'd like to. I mean, technically, apartment complexes are the same on every floor, but I just don't want it to be the same on every floor.
16 million on the verge of our sex drive drying up. Yep, you heard that right. Nearly half of Canadians aren't happy with their sex lives. But KY lubricants
Yeah.
are here to smooth over life's frictions that get in the way.
Let's
of
change
great
this
sex.
to be like 4.
With lubes designed with your
5.
pleasure in mind, we say,
5.
go on, Canada, reach for the KY.
The main thing is we do have these like updating actually dynamically now.
And
Right.
more fun.
What if I did like
When it comes to music,
20?
everyone has a different
So now I'll
style.
just do it the maximum amount of times it can,
Understand that the same goes for investment advice.
basically,
You can keep it classic with in-person advice.
before it fails to
Or go high-tech.
to do it.
BMO gives you personalized advice for your style. Music to your ears. And
Yeah, kind of interesting designs on this.
learn more at bmo.com.
But no, let's do like something more reasonable, like 4 walls.
Click or tap the
Okay.
banner to listen to the White Christmas playlist. Brought to you
Well,
by KFC's new festive chicken sandwich with cranberry
we fixed
sauce
the door thing. The door thing is now accurate.
finger-licking good.
It picking the wrong side. Hell if I know. Hell if I know. It's something I'm gonna need to like figure out more down the line, and keep playing around with it. And I'm gonna think of maybe a way of doing the multi-floor thing, but it's not looking promising with the limitations that we have with the loops. It's like we have iteration loops. I could theoretically use an iteration loop. Maybe, because I could find out how many points we have and go from there. Theoretically. I need to play around with iteration loops. I haven't tried them yet. Because you have to hard code the amount of times. I don't know if the iteration loop... Well, let's actually try something. Let's see. Iteration loop. Get in context. Number of iterations, 1. Let's try it. Get point. What is this? Oh, this is a spatial data one. So, like, and you get PCG point, and so now I got the PCG point data, and then I can get points, and then for each loop, I'll point. So if this is gonna work, if iteration loops thinking the way if it is the way I'm thinking of it, it should go through every single point in this setup and just output it directly. So nothing should change. But clearly something did. Yeah, clearly that didn't work. I only have 1 point. If I did it 10 times. Wait, no. So the number of iteration isn't the amount of points. So then is it one of those where I need option A and B both filled in? No. Yeah, I'm not sure how iteration loops work. Well, no iteration loops for us for the time being. Yep, now we're back to having everything. Okay, well, I'll play around some more. Try to come up with some stuff. But for today, I think I'll call it here. I got some more head scratching to do. Figure stuff out. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Not sure when and if I'll be back. Not if. I definitely will be back. Just don't know when. I'll see if I can figure out a way of improving this further before, I have to make Sunday's video. But, yeah. It's a puzzler. Okay, guys. Take care of yourselves. Have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Bye.